Guys, Melissa here, and we have some severe thunderstorms here. I want to throw up a video here about my cleaning business, okay, where I clean. So I've had a lot of situational ethics, and I just had somebody here say, "What? That's awful. That's awful that you were overpaid." Well, you know what? There was no communication about the overpayment. So I'm doing another video about this because I just saw their comment. So once we both knew, and I did check with my bank to see if there was truly an overpayment, once we both knew that there was an overpayment, the company had said, "Thanks for understanding, we're taking it, thank you." And I had said, whoa, 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 wait a minute here. You have just taken a payment out of my future check without my permission. So that's kind of what it was about. That you don't, this was on them. This was on them, and obviously, not only was that on them, and I just want to clarify, but I have text showing over and over how they wouldn't get their math right and was ripping me off. So I had said, you know what, wait a minute, I don't think I want to pay you. And this was a situation again and again where they were ripping me off. So I taught them a lesson, and I was like, you know what, if you make this mistake again, you can take the mistake out of the accountant's check instead of mine, because it's not on me. So it was a wake-up call for them to be like, oh, okay, wait a minute, maybe we need to do our math better. And that was exactly my point. So if you have a company that just can't do the math right, there's a problem. So yeah, so I usually have to say, wait a minute, you owe me more money than this, or you owe me more than that. In the last video I put out, they actually owed me money, and I said, just keep it. Just keep it for the whole miscommunication thing today. So someone said, oh, you weren't raised right. No, I was. Actually, my father, I remember once he said, you know what, these people didn't deliver, so they don't get their money. There is a relationship between two people that has to be both ways, right? Even in business. I mean, if you're not going to be honest with me, why should I be honest with you? And that's what the video was talking about. So this person was like, oh, you can go to jail for this. What a liar, right? This person has no ethics. They're a total liar. And then they're like, oh, you got an attitude and your vehicle is a piece of junk. Person, character assassination. What else? Putting down someone's vehicle. I like my vehicle. I like my van. My van, somebody gave it to me and I don't pay a dime for it. They paid for it, so I don't have car payments. And what attitude do I have? I don't know what that attitude is. An attitude of doing what's right, asking another company to do what's right. So it goes both ways, and that's what I was talking about with situational ethics. And yes, if a server does give us back too much money, I don't usually say anything, because again, that is on them. And if you cannot be counting math right in waitressing, and I've waitressed for years, and this is why I say waitressing, it's because, you probably shouldn't be waitressing. If you can't deal with money, you probably shouldn't, because you just ripped a company off. So, same thing, my mother-in-law went to the store once. She went and she got some speakers or something at, I think it was it Lowe's? No, it was not Lowe's. I forget where it was. And they had given her the wrong change back. And she said, too bad, it's on them. So, I come from a very old school parenting environment that if you can't be smart enough to count money, it's your problem. And that is the whole point of this, guys. Make sure you know how to count.